I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what the heck is on my head? Well, as you probably could have guessed, this is an Army helmet. It's a U.S. Army helmet, and I got this at an Army Navy goods store a few years ago. There used to be one near my house before it closed, and I used to buy a bunch of cool stuff like this from there. So that's actually what I'm going to be talking about today. So this is pretty self-explanatory, but this is probably my favorite thing in my collection. It's not a very big collection, but you'll see what other things I have. It fits pretty well in my head, I guess. Maybe a little big, just a little bit. And it straps on like this. If I can get it without seeing. It's not very comfortable at all. But I guess if you're in a war, I would take safety over comfort any day. So that's this helmet. Next up is this grenade. Now don't worry, it's hollowed out. There's not actually any explosives in it. As a matter of fact, you can untwist this. Here's where the blasting cap would be. It's deactivated and everything. And normally, and here's the pin. Normally when you pull out a pin, I forget what it's called, it basically shoots off, but obviously this is deactivated, so it's not going to do anything. It's just the shell of a grenade. If I can get the pin back in. So normally what you would do is you'd pull out the pin. When you let go of this lever here, it shoots off while you're throwing it, so there's not really a chance of getting it back on. So that's probably another one of my favorite things, is this grenade here. I actually have another one. This one's more rounded, and as you can see, it's also hollowed out. Obviously, these were not used in combat, or else they would not exist anymore. Next, I have this very large bullet. I'm not sure what size it is, but either way, it would not be very fun to get shot by this. The bullet itself is about this long, and it's basically half the length of my head, and the whole thing is about the length of my head. So, yeah, getting hit with one of these would probably mess up your whole week. And next, I have this intact chain of bullets, which is really cool, I think. You can mash it around like this. Again, not really sure what size bullets these are. I've never actually took the time to look it up or do any research on them. I just kind of have them. So that's another cool thing. Alright, and another one of my favorite things for my collection is this mortar shell, and obviously hollowed out, and I don't know if you can see this, there's holes in this tail here, so it can't be used, so you can't really fill it back up. I think if you can manage to twist it, it might twist off the bottom, but it's very difficult to do. It's got some writing on it. It says, it looks like 60M MGG. I don't know what that means, but maybe someone knows. And this thing is very heavy. I can't obviously let you feel it, but this thing probably weighs at least 5 pounds, maybe even closer to 7 or 8 pounds. It's very heavy, so if it was actually filled with explosives, it would be even heavier. So you can imagine this thing coming down or even being launched out of a mortar. There's a lot of energy behind it. Definitely would mess up your whole week if you got hit by one of these, even nearby. Alright, the last thing in my collection that I'm going to show you, which is my favorite. I've saved the best for last. You're going to be excited about this. It's a gas mask. I'm not sure what country it's from. Oh, no, you know what? It's from Germany, or some German-speaking country. The filter says, oh boy. you can see on the filter, this is the filter. It says Zivilschutzfilter. That's German. Civil, Z-I-V-I-L, means civil. Schutz probably means some sort of, it probably means toxins or something like that, and then filter obviously means filter, so it probably means, this was probably used for like a civilian thing, I'm assuming, but that might not be the case. And let's put this on, because, I mean, you may as well. There's these straps on the back, and it basically goes over your face like this. Let's see how this, if I remember, it's very difficult to get on. I don't know if you can hear me right now. Can you hear me? I'm not sure if you could hear me in there, but it's very uncomfortable. I don't know if I have it too tight, but I imagine if you're in some sort of contaminated area, you want it to be tight because you have to form a seal on your face with this rubber so nothing can get in. And I don't know if you heard me breathing. It sounds like there's some sort of like a one-way valve in here that only lets air in one way, I guess through the filter, and when you're breathing out, it just goes out freely. And you can take this filter off and actually replace them. I don't know if you can see in there, it's not going to be in focus. That's what the front looks like. This is what this side looks like. And without it looks like this. Also, when you're breathing in one of these things, these goggles fog up a lot, so it's actually hard to see or talk when you're wearing something like this. But I guess the alternative, which would be breathing toxic gas, is not very appealing. So anyway, that's really all I have that's actually interesting. I have some other things like some vests, camo vests that I wear during paintball sometimes, but they're not very interesting. That's basically all I'm going to show you today, so I hope you enjoyed watching this. If I acquire any new items, which is probably unlikely because there's not any Army Navy Goods stores around me anymore, I might make another video, but like I said, that's unlikely. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing my collection, so be sure to like the video if you liked it, and you can also subscribe and comment and tell me what you think, that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching.